Assalamualaikum, my name is MUHAMAD SHAHRUM. My metric number is A20A2165. Today, I will present about business statistics. The code is AFT2103. In data description, we have two methods of data collection, which is ungroup data and group data. The variable in the ungroup data is urban, shelf log, advertising, and age. For the group data is income, price, and sales. So we will move to the next slide. The next slide about is variable use. Variable name, sales, measurement, ratio, type of variable, quantitative. For comprise, measurement, ratio, type of variable, quantitative. For income, measurement is ratio, type of variable is quantitative. For advertising is measurement is nominal, type of variable is quantitative. For population is measurement is ratio, type of variable is quantitative. Population, measurement ratio, type of variable quantitative. Price, measurement is ratio, type of variable quantitative. Shelf log, measurement is ordinal, type of variable is qualitative. Age, measurement is nominal, type of variable is quantitative. Lastly is urban, measurement is nominal, type of variable is qualitative. Analysis conduct. We will use summary statistic, graphical representation, numerical descriptive measures, statistical analysis using software, and theoretical modeling to review this data. We will move to the next part. The next part is about descriptive variable. For the span our time, I will explain the word of variable. Sample of cell is 400. Minimum of cell is 0. Maximum is 1.27. Mean for the cell is 7.50. For the median is 7.49. The first quarter is 5.37. Third quarter is 9.32. Lastly, standard deviation is 2.8241
Assalamualaikum, my name is Muhammad AIDIEL bin ANDRI and my matrix number is A20A2169. Now moving on to the graphical representation, which will be three examples that I will be presenting. Firstly is the sales. For the sales, we use a graph of frequency polygon, which the y-axis is the frequency and then the x-axis is the midpoint. We can see from the line that the line is increasing from the class of negative 1.7 to negative 0.01 until the class of 6.8 to 8.49, and then it shows a decreasing to the class of 13.6 to 15.3. Next is the income. For the income, we use the Ogif chart, which the y-axis is the cumulative frequency and then the x-axis are the upper boundaries of every class interval. From the graph, we can say that the line is increasing from the class of 21 to 33 to the class 112 to 124. Lastly is the pie chart of Sherlock. We use the relative frequency as the size, which contain three legends, which is good, medium, and bad. From the chart, we can say that the medium has the biggest size, which is at 64%, and hold the biggest frequency, which is 96.
Hello everyone, my name is Muhammad AIMAN bin Muhammad SABRI and my matrix number is A208170. In this presentation, I would like to talk about my part, which is about numerical descriptive measures. So in this part, we have divided by 3 parts, which is measure of central tendency. Second is a measure of positions, and the last one is measure of variance. The second part is median for the price. In this part, we have a class interval, frequency F, and cumulative frequency. The formula to calculate the median for the price is 107.5 plus in bracket 75 minus 66 divided with 56 multiply with 21, and the answer we will get is 110.875, and this is the answer for median for the price. The third is to calculate the mode for the price. In this part, we have class interval and frequency F. The mode class is 108 until 128. The formula to calculate the mode for price is 107.5 plus in bracket 8 divided with 8 plus 33 multiply 21, and the answer we will get is 111.568, and this is the answer for mode for price. The second part is measure of position. In the measure of position, we have quartile 1 and quartile 3. So we take quartile, calculate the quartile 1 first. In this part, we have class interval, frequency F, and cumulative frequency. The class interval we take is 87 until 107, and the formula to calculate the value of quartile 1 is 86.5 plus in bracket 37.5 minus 18 divided with 48 multiply 21, and the answer we will get 95.031, and this is the value of quartile 1. Next, we go to calculate the value of quartile 3. So in this part, we take class interval is 108 until 128, and the formula to calculate the value of quartile 3 for the price is 107.5 plus in bracket 112.5 minus with 66 divided with 56 multiply 21, and the answer we will get is 124.938, and this is the value of quartile 3 for price. Next, we go to calculate the interquartile range for price. The formula to calculate the interquartile range for price is the value of quartile 3 minus quartile 1, and the answer we get is 29.907, and this is the answer for interquartile range for price. The third part in numerical descriptive measure is measure of variance. So in this part, we calculate the sample variance first. In the sample variance, we use class interval, midpoint X, frequency F, Fx, X, X2 and Fx2, and when we use the formula to calculate the sample variance, and the answer we get is 534.409, And this is the answer for sample variance for price. After we calculate the sample variance, we calculate the value of standard deviation. The formula to calculate standard deviation is square root 534.409, and the answer we get is 23.117, and this is the value of standard deviation for price. The shapes of data distribution for the price is skewed to the left, where tail extends to the left. It also because the value of mean is the smallest and the value of mode is the biggest. Alright, that's all from me. Thank you.
Hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Hafizuddin bin Ishak and my matrix number is A20A2164. Today, I will explain about the statistical analysis using software. It is SPSS. Now we go to the numerical descriptive measure. So, the first numerical descriptive measure is the measure of central tendency for price. The SPSS result show that the mean value is 4.6400, the median value is 5.0000, and the mode value is 5.00. Meanwhile, the value searched using the manual method is different. The mean value is 110.44, the median value is 110.875, and the mode value is 111.598. Mean, median, mode data show different result because SPSS could not read the data accurately. The second is a measure of position for price. The SPSS result show that the value of quartile 1 is 4.0000, the value of quartile 3 is 5.0000, and the range value is 7.00. Meanwhile, the values searched using the manual method are different. Namely, the value of quartile 1 is 95.031, the value of quartile 3 is 124.938, and the range value is 29.907. Standard deviation and variance show different result because the error of system SPSS to analyze the data separately, which is the data class interval, is too large. The third is the measure of variation for price. The SPSS result show that the simple variance value is 1.212 and the standard deviation value is 1.10082. Meanwhile, the value searched using the manual method is different. Namely, the value of simple variance is 534.409 and the value of standard deviation is 23.117. SPSS result for simple variance of data and standard deviation are not the same as manual because SPSS cannot read data accurately.
This table shows the one sample test that we have searched using SPSS. This is second table shows of the 5-step t-test. Step 1, which is hash null, is mu1 minus mu2 equal to 0, while hash alternate is mu1 minus mu2 is not equal to 0. Step 2, we identify the equation which is significance level is alpha equals 0.05. So, step 3, we show the table that has been obtained from SPSS. Step 4 is reject hash null if t more than t alpha per 2 after the calculation are done. We find that critical region of t is 1.96. Finally, that is step 5 we have done. So this is the result we have obtained using these 5 steps of t-test. We identify the equation which is 31 0.594 more than 1.96. Then reject H0 and we can conclude that there is a significant difference between the two population means.
Now we go to the ANWAR. So this is ANWAR analysis table. The factor we choose is age. The p-value from the ANWAR table is less than 0.001, which means that at least one of the three variables, one of which is sale, competitor price, income, population, advertising, price, shelf log, age, and urban. Next, we move to the hypothesis testing for sale and price. In this section, there are 5 steps for hypothesis testing. Step 1, which is H null equal mu1 equal mu2 equal mu3, and the H alpha equal the treatment means are not the same. Next, the step 2 is we identify the equation which is significance level is alpha equal 0.05. So, step 3, we show the ANWAR table that has been obtained from SPSS. Next, step 4 is F greater than F alpha, V1, V2, and the critical region is F 0.05, 72, 77 equal 1.4658. And the last step is fail to reject H null since F smaller than F 0.05, 72, 77, it is 1.302 smaller than 1.4658. Therefore, there is no significant difference among the treatments. That's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Syed Muhammad Daniel bin Syed MAHDZAR. My entry number is A20A2280. So I'm going to explain about the theoretical modeling part or prediction modeling part. So first, I'm going to explain about the scatter plot. So the scatter plot show the association between sale by 8 variables, which is competitor price, income, advertising, population, price, age, shelf log, and urban. So there is a high level association between price and competitor price and competitor price and price. There is no clear association between population and income, age and income, and age and population. Among the independent variable, there is a high level of association between competitor price and price. So for the correlation table, we can see that sales correlate highly with competitor price, income, advertising, and population. And there is no significant correlation between sales with price, age, shelf log, and urban. Next, income correlates highly with sale, advertising, and shelf log, and there is no significant correlation between income and competitor price, population, price, age, and urban. And we also can see that price correlates highly with competitor price and urban. And there is no significant correlation between price with sales, income, advertising, population, age, and shelf log. For the model summary table, we can see that the R-square value is 0.892, which means 89.2% of the variation in sales can be interpreted by competitor price, income, advertising, population, price, age, shelf log, and urban. The adjusted R-square is 88.5%, and the Durbin-Watson statistic is 1.8 0.000, that is almost 2. So from the ANWAR table, the p-value from the ANWAR table is less than 0.001, which means that at least one of the 8 variables, which is competitor price, income, advertising, population, price, age, shelf log, and urban, can be used to model sales. For coefficient table, the dependent variable is sale, so the equation should be sales equal to 11.009 plus with competitor price 0.105 plus with income 0.014 plus with advertising 0.136 plus with population 0.000 minus price 0.099 minus age 0.041 minus shelf log 2.431 and minus urban 0.106. Thus, for every unit increase in income, sales are expected to increase by 0.014 provided the other variables remain unchanged. Based on the standardized beta coefficient, the effect of income, which is 0.149, is almost 0.5 times that of advertising, which is 0.291. For the test of normality table, we decided to choose Kolmogorov-Smirnov test because our sample is greater than 30. And the Kolmogorov-Smirnov test of normality on sales give a p-value of 0.2, which is more than 0.05. Thus, the assumption of normality of sales is met.
We may learn how to use SPSS to extract data from practically any sort of a file and use it to create table reports, charts, distribution and trend graph, descriptive statistics, and advanced statistical analysis that are useful for both qualitative and quantitative data. The main is calculated by dividing the total number of values into the data set by the number of values in the data set. Thank you.